Hey everybody, welcome back to Reign of Kings. Speaking of rain, it's currently raining, although I see no clouds. It is raining a little bit. I've gone out looking for some flax through the night. It took me a while actually. I've come all the way over here, kind of passed up the town that's down there, but found a nice patch of it here. I think I picked up 3 or 4 at this point and got a couple more. But there's also a sheep, I guess, right there. So I thought I might try to chase it down and see how that goes. I don't know how well that'll go, but we'll see. I did run into that crazy razorback horn kind of creature. Had to go around him. Fortunately, didn't draw his attention. But yeah, we can crouch and stealth our way up here. It would have been nice. I should have made some spears or something. You know what? I wonder to what extent you can make things on you here. I didn't think to do that. Weapons, 10. Let's see. No? Okay, right. So here we go. So we could make some of these wood javelins, I think. Yes. Let's go ahead and make a few of these. Let's see. I can't... Yeah, with the knife you have to have bone. Some of these you have to have bone. I think I can make the club, which does 1 more damage. Although I do have the axe. What is this? Oh, 3. Yeah. I mean, that's... My current axe is going to be terrible. How about this guy? Okay, we'll make the big club. It's going to be much better for beating things with. Let's see here. Switch to this guy. Creep up on the sheep here. Actually, you know what? We're just going to kind of walk up to him because he seemed pretty chill. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Nope. Whoa! What? He's doing a handstand. What the heck? What are you doing? Get back here. Nice. Yeah. No more handstands. It's getting you nowhere. Oh, down he goes. Okay, how do we get you? Oh, maybe we don't need to pick anything up. Let's go ahead and look. So we have wool. Awesome. I don't see any meat or anything, unfortunately. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's nothing we could do about that. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe if I had some tool, you could do more than that. Look at this blood trail. I saw in one of the videos that somebody hit a deer and it was leaving kind of a single drop as it was running, so you could actually follow it, which is a pretty cool system. Okay, the horn is blowing again. I think I mentioned that in the last episode, so people are chatting, there's fighting going on. I must warn you guys, my channel is pretty PG. I don't tend to swear or anything, and I probably should have said this a while ago. Here we are, multiple episodes in. But do understand that I don't really have control over what people say in the chat, and as far as I could tell, I could not hide the chat. I looked into that and at least I didn't see anything. I think it's been pretty tame, but my microphone kind of blocks that area down there, so I'm not entirely sure. So creeping up on these guys doesn't really do much. Let's just go ahead and sprint here. Try to... Nice! Get a smack in. I think I mentioned just doing a handstand. That's so great. I think I mentioned before, but when you hit these guys, they do tend to slow down. See, I was actually riding him there for a second. You gonna go down or no? There we go. Mounted sheep. Okay, down he goes. So let's see. I'm just trying to make sure. Do I need to do anything else? Try to hit this thing a few more times. No. No. Oh, there it is. I just saw like 1 meat. And look at this, I'm getting more wool. So I need to go back there. It might be that... I wonder if I switch to the this axe, if that helps at all. Okay, let's backtrack. Is that his body over there? Yeah. Wait, or is that flax? Oh no, I lost the corpse. Well, I'm going to go ahead and scoop up the flax here. I probably lost that body. And I don't know, maybe we'll take out another sheep and smack it around a bit to get some more meat. Yeah, let's just do that now. Why not? There's one right here. Got a flax here as well. Oh, I got to switch to this guy. There we go. Come here. Come here. Don't do a handstand. It doesn't help. And this time we're going to smack it after the fact, see if we can get some meat out of it. So we got 1 meat there. 5 wool. Maybe you only ever get 1 meat from them. Let's keep going. 17, 18. There we go. Splat. Now let's take a peek here really quick. So we have 2 meat. So either I missed my opportunity on the first one, or maybe it's random and every once in a while they don't drop meat. But you know what? I'm cool with 2 meat. I've been eating berries this whole time. So let me go around. I'm going to stop killing the sheep. I'm going to look around. for flax. I can see some spotted on the hills over here, so I'm going to try to grab as much of this as I can and then head back to the cabin. Well, I'm on my way back and I see somebody throwing spears at the sheep, so we're going to leave them alone. But one thing I did read was you can pick these up again, the javelins, so it looks like we can't pick up theirs though. Guess you can just pick up your own. But anyway, that's good to know. I thought, okay, well, if he's just going to leave those, maybe I'll swoop them. But there he is. So hopefully he doesn't throw at me. I think we'll do a jump, and we'll hit a G, which I think is like a wave or something. An H, I think we do a dance. I don't even know. Just hitting him at this point. Okay, this is probably the dance. Wow. I'm sure he's appreciating that a whole lot right now. May or may not be trying to talk to me, but anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and depart. We're just going to leave him with that dance and cruise back to our place. Hopefully he doesn't decide to throw a javelin through the back of my head. Okay, so as we come back to our home here, and I gather some more berries since I'm just now spotting these, I did want to let you guys know that I asked, and it sounds like, I was kind of curious about chopping the trees down. I really didn't want to clear so many trees so close to me, but I had to get so many of them, I didn't want to run that far. So I ended up clearing a lot of trees out of here, and I asked about regrowth, and it sounds like they come in after a few days of, in-game. After a few days, they'll start to grow back. So anyway, that's pretty cool. I was very curious about that, and that's really good to hear. Obviously, if we went around, it wouldn't take very long for this place to be barren. So I assumed that they grew back, but I did want to make sure we didn't have to be kind of replanting things. Sounds like we don't have to, though. So I'm looking forward to those growing back, kind of shrouding my area a bit here. But let's go ahead and step into here, and look, you can see that I've got 63 wool, which is cool. We've got, over here, we have 140 flax, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and look at what we can do now. We have plenty of wood, 561, so we should be able to make a good chunk of the armor and everything, if not all of it. Well, let's kind of cruise down here a bit and look again at weapons. Now, I made the club before. Let's see, what does this guy take, though? Oh, look at this. 7 damage. Interesting. It does take a good chunk of wood, a good chunk of flax, but that might be kind of cool. And we do have some a whip here, which is cool. And let's see, what else do we have? We have the javelin, so I really would like to have something that I can throw. So this could be really cool. I might make a number of those. And look at the damage on that. 8. Very nice. We can also make some throwing stones, although I don't have... Oh, I put the stone in the chest. So I don't have stone on me. But anyway, that's something that we will want to do at some point as well. And with that stone, we can also make the well, so that is very cool. I'm just kind of looking around at some of the things that we have in here. Now, you see dungeon items here. You can actually capture other players with the rope, drag them back to your place, then you can hang them or put them in a cage and keep them. There's ways to get out of that if you're a player, including making a sharp rock. You can see that this can, cut rope bonds and things like that. You can also kill yourself if you don't want to be, captured anymore. Rope is for capturing people, so it's got kind of that element that those who played Rust would be familiar with. Again, I have not played Rust myself, but I know that it has those kinds of elements where you can kind of capture people. Or wait, was it Rust? No. Or was it the Stomping Grounds, the Stomping Lands or whatever, the dinosaur one? I think that was probably... I think I'm confusing. I haven't played either of those, so I mixed some of those elements up. But you get the idea. You can do those kinds of things with players in-game. So anyway, let's go ahead and start making some armor. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and start with the helmet. I know it's kind of funny. This is something you should have done probably right away, right? Like, come on, Weem, day one. Gather the materials, make the armor. But do understand that I knew Wiley was running this server, and I knew there wasn't a lot of people on. I think there was 9 when I got on, so I really wasn't too concerned. Certainly I could have had an issue fighting creatures, but the intention was I would just run away, or if they killed me, it was fine. I would just restart, no biggie. So I just didn't want to put any time into any of this stuff right off the bat. So let's see, this might be about all we can do. We can drag this stuff out of here. Let's see, we have the shoes, right? Let's do that. And then we have the legs, right? I haven't made the legs yet. Okay, so we're going to be able to get all this stuff in. Okay, there we go. We're going to bring this into our inventory, back out here, and then we can... I know I can drag this in. Can I right-click? No. Shift right-click? Nope. Double-click? Double-click. Okay, there we go. Now, unfortunately, it looks like it doesn't actually come out of your inventory. It still uses, is that right? It still uses the slot? Huh. Well, that would be interesting. Well, anyway, let me start the fire so we can kind of see what's going on here. Excuse me. Cool, so we got that. Now, let's go ahead and switch into this mode. Here we go. Ah. Now, it's kind of interesting. When you hit the scroll wheel in and out, it does do the zoom, but that also happens to be how you do these special attacks. So, if I want to back out, I'm going to be swinging. If I want to zoom in, I'm going to be doing this piercing attack. But anyway, let's kind of zoom in here a bit. I guess that's as close as we can get. Very cool looking, actually. I'm kind of cool with that. Got the wood mask thing going on. Very cool. Very tribal. So anyway, we do have the armor in, and we do have that, which is great. We've got a decent-ish weapon, but we have a long ways to go. We should be collecting iron and things like that to really make sure that we can protect ourselves, especially against other players. So what I want to do next is try and cook that meat, because that would probably help out with food a lot better than these berries. Now, the cool thing about the berries, they do keep us hydrated, but really at some point we would want to make a well to get our water so we wouldn't have to rely on these berries all the time. So let's go ahead and open that. Now, you heard me just kind of grunt. I did discover that I was too close to the fire. It just seems to take a bit before he grunts about the pain. So let's jump in here really quick and put the meat on. I don't know if this is how this works. No, it doesn't work. Let's try over here, contents. Okay, there we go. So it says 4 minutes and it's slowly going. It does say healing 5%. So did the berries. So, oh, but this is 1,000 calories. So that, yeah, healing, that's going to be different than the actual nourishment we get. So it's 5 times better to eat the meat. Good to know. So we get 2 of those. That would be excellent. Then we could kind of save the berries. You could use the berries more for, you know, when your thirst kind of is in need. So I actually grabbed the stone. I pulled the stone out, stick some other things out of the chest. I have 48. We need 100 to make the well, I believe. So quite a ways to go. One of the tools we can make those a pick, which means getting at the stone and everything better. It's interesting because I think it said you could get stone. Because I was picking up stone and just assumed then that that was the only way to get it. Let's actually step over here really quick and take a peek, since that's going to cook the food for us, and I hope we don't have to worry about it burning. Hopefully. So let's mouse over this. Harvest dirt, clay, oil, stone, and iron. So I don't know if you use the stone against the stone you pick up. Probably not. You probably use it against the bigger boulders. So anyway, that's kind of a cool thing. I'd really like to make one of those. I would also like to make the weapon here, and I think we can make both. We would use a good chunk of the stone making the pick, but the reality is that's going to help us get more stone anyway. So let's go ahead and craft a pick. Let's get that done, and then let's go ahead and craft the wooden mace, because I think it's just good right now to have a good weapon ready. So put that in place of the other one. Let's actually move things around a bit here. Stone pickaxe. Let's see. Do I want to arrange that? That X and then the weapon. Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do. Let's bring this out of here. Something like this. Can I merge those? Not quite. Okay, cool. So there we go. And we got those made. Let's bring this weapon out here and see what this looks like. Yeah, very cool. Let's see here. We got the club going on. Hooah! Cool. That's a much better weapon. And then we've got the pick. So I definitely want to try this out. Now, as far as I know, you can't actually dig the ground. At least I've never seen it in a video that you can actually dig the ground out. It's possible, I suppose, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that's not the case. There's a mound of dirt. In fact, if I open my inventory here, yeah, you can see I've got 12 dirt. So in order to gather that, I actually had to go over to what was a pile of dirt, and I saw a few of those. I think they're that way for... Maybe it's not for clay, no. But anyway, that's how you gathered up the dirt, so I'm assuming you can't just dig into the ground. Let's go ahead and check on our meat here. So we've got... Oh, look at that. It makes a good number of them. That's cool. I thought it was just going to make the 2, but it looks like a 1 quantity equals 4 meat. That is really good. Those sheep are awesome. Now, if I recall correctly, I think there was something... One of the things you could make was used to... what did it say? Attract animals or something like that. So I think the concept is that you would be able to kind of domesticate these animals, maybe kind of coop them up and maybe they reproduce or something. I don't know if anything like that is in the game yet, but anyway, that would be pretty awesome. So we've got this meat just about done. We're going to let that finish, and then I think what we might do is go look for, let me look around. So we do have the sun coming up, excellent. I know we have rocks over there to pick up and there might be some bigger boulders, so I think we'll head in that direction. And actually, you know what, as a test, no, we're getting some charcoal here. Actually, let's leave that there. We're gonna leave the meat here as a test. I'm very curious to see if that burns. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run up the hill and try to find some kind of boulder or something and see if we can smash it up and get some rocks. Well, we didn't have to go too far. There's a big boulder here. Now, I did try it on these rocks here. It doesn't seem to do anything. It makes the sound, but doesn't collect anything. But this is going to be my first boulder we come across. So let's go ahead and try this. I'm assuming this is the right thing. Could I be wrong? Nothing here? Huh. I really thought that was going to do it. So I don't know what you have to go after. There are some other colored rocks as well. This just might be like a terrain chunk of rock or something. So we'll look around. I think that's actually flax right there ahead. But we'll see if we can find something else. I think once you get down into the plains down there, I saw some rocks sticking out. And so we might just cruise down there and see, because we might be able to pick up some iron as well, which we could really use. So let's go ahead, head in that direction, and gather up some things. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Saw some of these when we were out here going after the sheep. So let's see. Let's see if we can do anything here. There we go. Look at that. Oh, iron. That's awesome. Oh, we're getting a lot. Although, you know, I don't recall looking at iron costs, so maybe things are very expensive if they're this easy to get. But look at that tax, taking a big old chunk of it. So this is actually whittling this thing down. You can see it's getting smaller, which is cool. And I kind of wondered if we would actually get stone every once in a while from this, but it looks like it's just been pure iron. Looks like it's all iron. We're still getting some, so I'm going to keep going until we can't get any more. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and head back to the cabin for now, gathering any resources along the way. Once I get back there, we will get to fiddle around, I think, with the iron. I'm not sure, actually, that we can make the furnace or anything that we need in order to do anything with the iron. I don't recall seeing that. But anyway, we'll get back there. I suppose we could try to cruise down there and use their forges. What's closest? It's probably the same distance, actually, to be honest. So here's those iron guys, by the way. So you can see they're kind of chipped all the way down here. Let me go ahead and hit this up while I'm here. So there you go. It's giving me 1 and 1 and 1. So it's kind of cool. You can get kind of the majority of what you want and run off, or you could, you know, stay there if you're really desperate and it's the only one. You could sit here one at a time trying to get everything that you could out of it. Like I said, I was on one for a while and it went a bit between singles. I don't know if that could have been a lag thing or something, but because that one kept continuing to give me 1. But let's go ahead and grab all the flax here and head down into their town. Maybe use their forge or furnace or whatever they call it here. Alright, we'll need to see if there's any open furnaces here or anything. Let's actually first of all see what these are called. Let's see. Open this guy up. What's it say? Smelter. Smelter's what we're looking for. So right now they have nothing in this one. So what I'm going to do is put one in here. And let's see. What do we do here? One fuel. Okay, so let's can be smelted into ingots. Okay, so it looks like you might have to have 10. Maybe that's the problem. 9. There we go. Let's do this. Okay, there's 10. Let's scroll this back up. So that's kind of a cool thing I didn't look at before. There we go. Yeah, you can see going over there. But I had seen in the video was that when you come down here, it actually shows you what you can put in there and tells you, you know, what you're going to get. So very, very cool. And let's see. I don't know if this is just going to do everything at once. What are we at? 30 seconds here. So let's take a peek around while that goes. We did just have a change of kings here, I think. Let's see. Bring the chat up here. Says Jerulo was named... Oh, he named the realm Kingdom of Heaven. Sorry, I'm having to look over my mic once again. But yeah, so we have a new king here. Let's see. What are we looking at here? 0% tax. I like that. This is the time to be gathering. It was kind of high before. I was gathering some materials. Was like, man, taking a huge chunk. Right now is the time to gather, though. Let's go ahead and open this back up. So we've got 1 iron ingot. So is it basically 10 of those makes 1, huh? Yeah. can be smelted into ingots. So 10 of those. So anyway, I guess that's all we can do. We get 1. So that's why we get so many. Let's see. So I could stay here and do a whole bunch of this. I could just do all of it, I suppose, and wait for this to go. It might be a while. What does it say? 32 minutes. Let's not do that. I don't have that much time to hang out here. Let's go ahead and do just one more bar. And while that's going, let's take a peek here. I just kind of want to see in general. Oh, you know what though? We're not seeing some of that armor, and so this gets a little bit glitchy from times, the interface here, but I'm not sure that we're going to see anything that actually requires iron, come to think of it. I thought there was something. Oh, there we go. So the horn takes 1. That's interesting. Let's see, what else do we have here? I don't think any of these take iron, do they? No. Let's see, I think... Let's go back up to the... Wait a second, it's under S for stations. Oh, we're not at our other one. I was like, where are my other workbenches here? So anyway, yeah, this is something that we're going to have to dedicate some time to, kind of getting all of this stuff smelted. Unfortunately, it's going to take a while, but I would really like to make one of these myself, but I think we've got more work to do before we can make one of these. We may have to make an anvil, who knows? There's probably some other things we have to make or gather before we get there, but I'm going to wait for this to go, and then I think we better head back to the safety, quote-unquote, of our cabin. Unfortunately, our fire ran out of fuel while we were gone, so the meat was here and not quite finished. So the experiment of burnt meat did not go through. My assumption is that it will not burn, but anyway, I just wanted to test that out. So we are just about to finish that. There we go. We will take the meat. We'll leave the charcoal. I emptied a couple things into the chest inside because we were running out of room, so that was cool. We got a little bit more space. So yeah, here we are. Let's jump into here really quick, and I want to make, just because I'm a little paranoid. Oh, we don't have the wood. Sorry, we're gonna have to run inside to get it. Basically, I've decided that I'm gonna be out of the game for a bit, and I'm going to store everything in the chest. And yes, people can come break this down eventually, but I don't want to make it any easier than it is right now. I think you could just look it through the window. So, point being, we're going to take some of this wood. I'm going to make some blocks. I'm going to fill the windows in. And I will feel a little bit more safe about this. So I figure it's an easy thing. You know, we can just come in here, make these blocks really quick. And, excuse me, maybe I sleep a little better at night. Let's see. 1 for each window, and then 2 for the back one. Craft those guys up. Cool. 2, 3, and 4. Put those here. 7, we'll fill those in. Get in here. Nobody's allowed in here. We're going to close ourselves in here. I'm using the wrong wood for these window spots, but that's cool. That is totally fine. So there we go. Let's go ahead and jump into the chest here. I've already got the iron in here, as I mentioned I was going to do. We can leave the dirt on me. That's really not a big deal. I don't want to have to gather wood again right now, so we're going to leave that in there. And these kind of things I was leaving behind just to save space, we'll actually just put those on our body. So again, if somebody kills us or whatever, that's fine. They can have that stuff. Granted, I will be sleeping in here, so it's all the same. whether they easily get it off my body or easily get it out of the chest, I suppose. Probably doesn't matter. So anyway, that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and drop some things in here. Let's see. The iron, the stone, that's fine. The sticks. Anyway, something like that. I think that's totally fine for now. So that's where we're at. Really, I would like to get the smelter in here. I'd love to start being able to do my own iron stuff, but I don't know. I might just have to make the anvil first before I could do that. I'm really not sure. Let's actually come down here and remind ourselves what the anvil needed. A bunch of wood and okay, so we need 16 iron. So anyway, I would have to be down at the smelters, getting what, 14 more of those. That would take quite a bit of time. Not too crazy, but I would have to wait there for a bit. So anyway, that's entirely a possibility. But you know what? We are at the end of this episode, this being 4 episodes. And you know what? We've pretty much set out what we, accomplished what we set out to do. Setting up the shelter, as I mentioned before. you know, getting our fire set up, our shelter, getting our workbench down, getting kind of accustomed to the game. So I think we've done that at this point. I have to say, so far I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, I've not fought people, got into any kind of crazy PvP. I have seen videos of that, though. It does look fun, and I think I'd be totally fine with that. Don't mind losing and everything. That's how these games work. But with that in mind, and knowing kind of what I've experienced so far, I'm really liking this. I'm actually looking forward to having some friends over and playing this together with them, and us trying to make something really cool. You know, the 2 or 3 of us, or maybe even 4 of us, get something together. So I think that's next. That's the next plan for me. I do want to ask you guys, though, to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and the series especially, because this could be the last episode. Kind of depends. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know those kind of things. I thought I was actually going to record episode 1 in kind of one sitting, and or rather, not in one sitting. I thought I was going to record 1 episode and then kind of come back to it, but I've basically recorded all 4 of these episodes at the same time, the same night. So I really have not had a chance to take your feedback into consideration for here in game, but I am going to have been looking at all of that feedback over time and deciding whether or not to continue with this from this point. So if you've let me know, that's great. If you haven't yet, let me know what you think, and I would appreciate that. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will catch you guys next time.